love that coffee, huh? So, Crimson Desert finally gets that 4K update on Xbox. Ah, nice for all you Crimson Desert players. And PlayStation, sorry, Sony is being carried by PlayStation. And the CEO does not like video games? Hey, where are my CEO anti-video game players? Where is that? Where are they at? The ones who were out there dissing Asha Sharma. Where are they? Let's go.
Wake up, it's a brand new day. Crazy Lou's here, got something to say. Good morning, gamers, rise and shine. It's time to play, let's have a good time. Morning, gaming community. With Crazy Lou, it's a world of unity. Upbeat and lively, we're feeling so free. In the world of games, we're just meant to be. Grab us coming high and eat up scene. Crazy Lou is ready, it's a gaming scene. Fernie's trading people where their skin. All recent gaming go, breaks and eight top mean. Good morning, coming moving. It's a world of unity. Upbeat and lively, we're feeling so free.
Initiating launch sequence.
Let's begin. Man, what? Better, right? Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Also, afternoon and evening, the crazy one. Wishing you beautiful and an awesome Tuesday, chat. Good morning to you all. How you guys been? I know Starfield is out. But I gotta let those review sites, let them go out there, pour the reviews so I can start collecting so we can have our Starfield Receipts Day. But man, chat, we have a couple of good news, a couple of things we're going to talk about today. News has been slow these past couple of days, but it's okay, no problem. I know something's going to spike up pretty soon and we're going to have good conversation about things. But before we start the show, let me see who is already live over here. We have Pickles. Good morning to you, sir. Eric Von Eric. What's up, Eric Von Eric? How you doing? John Willex Booth. What's up, John? How you doing, brother? Night Cypher. What's up? Yeah, I do have WhatsApp. People like to talk to me on WhatsApp a lot. Yes, they do. You Bay, how you doing? Good morning. B Money B, what's up? Oh, man. We have, like I said, tons of things to talk about, my friends. Like small, short news, But it's fun. I just want to hear, everything that's been going down out there, with Crimson Desert right now getting that 4K update. We have also, that PlayStation is carrying Sony. And the CEO does not like video games. But they're not out there saying, hey, CEO, why don't you play games? But if it was Asha Sharma, of course, it would have gone out there, and destroyed whoever took the new position. That's how they are, yes. Oh, it's John Willex Booth. Oh, I thought it was Wolf. Man, that X and B look like a W, though. I don't know why. For me, man, I'm going to start looking at glasses, though. Ubay says, this is why there are no PlayStation FanFests. Their CEO and upper management hates gamers. Oh, damn. Wait. Call Maddie Warfare coming to Game Pass. What? Is that a new game, BB Money? Damn. That's his new game, though. That's gotta be because I never heard of Call Maddie Warfare. I mean, who the heck is Maddie though? I see some news dropping out about PlayStation, but let's see if we're gonna cover it for today though. So chat, let's get into it. Like I said, we got a couple things we gotta talk about, and let's start off with this, which is pretty interesting because the other day we read about that. Is this good? Okay, good. We heard about that we're gonna sit there and work on the backwards compatibility. So hearing this now, I'm pretty excited, to see this because I want to see what are they gonna bring back from these games that were practically delisted, my friends. And so this discussion came up, and I said, oh, let's read about it and let's talk about it. And yes, I know, Big B Money, we have the Game Pass games, and we will talk about that later. We will sit here and talk about which ones are mentioned, which ones are dropped, because I know when it comes to the Xbox Game Pass, oh baby, we be full, to be honest though, because man, it just keeps giving us games, keeps giving us all that food, man. We be full, we be tubby with these games. Ha! Oh man, Pixel Slapper, what's up, man? Good morning. How you doing, Pixel? What's cooking? But again, what is the Call of Maddie though? Oh, a Call of Duty game coming to Game Pass. Oh, okay. I see that you finally fixed it though. But man, Call of Maddie though. Damn. I do not know what the game that was, but yes. Let's get to it, baby. Classic. Whoa, delisted Xbox 360 games just showed up on the Xbox Store. Did Microsoft leak new Xbox backwards compatible games? Yes, let's go. All right, it says here the infamous Xbox One was a pretty dark time for Microsoft's gaming brand. Really? Seriously? But it wasn't without its glittering bright spots in the doom and gloom. Aside from the introduction of Game Pass in 2017, the most impactful of these was the start of the Xbox backwards compatibility program in 2015. Xbox users grew extremely passionate about backwards compatibility and have remained so ever since, as the ability to play older Xbox 360s and original Xbox titles on modern consoles enables the preservation of classic games we struggle to enjoy on today's hardware otherwise. Other 600 titles were made backwards compatible, but Microsoft stopped planning new additions in 2021 due to licensing issues. Yes, we know. That sucked when that stopped though. I was pretty happy, seeing what games they were bringing back, man. That was pretty exciting. First 5 years, however, it was announced that Xbox backwards compatibility is returning in some form later in 2026. With Microsoft rolling out new ways to play some of the most iconic games from our past, and now just a few weeks later, some delisted Xbox and Xbox 360 were spotted live on the Xbox Store before being taken down again. Woohoo! That is awesome. The news comes from the data mining account BetterXCloud that reports on the back-end changes in Microsoft Xbox services. On Thursday, BetterXCloud showed that both 2003's beloved action game The Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time and 2007's scrolling arcade shooter Aegis Wing have been briefly listed on the storefront. At the same time, the 2013 sci-fi cyberpunk RPG Mars Warlock was delisted again after a brief period appearing on the store. BetterXCloud also noted that in March, the 2003 comedic party shooter Armed and Dangerous reappeared for the short time before being taken down. Store errors like this have been known to happen on occasion, and if only one or two had occurred, people probably wouldn't have thought of much of it. The fact that the 4 delisted Xbox and Xbox 360 games have gone live for a short time in such a narrow time frame, however, has many wondering if there's something deeper happening. Oh, chat, it's coming. It's coming. I'm telling you, it's coming. Hey, Dave Reese, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Lamont Davis, did I say good morning to you? I hope I did. Hey, Maddie is his girlfriend. Oh, yep. I got it now, Pickles. So it's called Maddie for warfare. So yes, I get it now. Maddie is his girlfriend, and she causes a lot of warfare in his life. Yes, I get it. Thank you for that. That makes a lot more sense now. Thank you for that, Pickles. So let's keep reading. It says here, indeed, since we know Microsoft is reviving the Xbox backwards compatible program in some fashion, there's speculation that the publisher has leaked some of the older titles that will soon be playable on Xbox Series X and S and Xbox One devices. That's just a guess, of course, but given the proximity and frequent of these erroneous relistings, it arguably has merit. With that said, it has been confirmed that the return of Xbox backwards compatibility will add new games to the existing library to titles that support it. All we know is that Microsoft is rolling out new ways to play, which could mean the ability to play older Xbox games on different platforms. Nice. Specifically with the PC console hybrid Project Helix, expected to come in 2027 or 2028, and an Xbox One coming to Windows 11 this month. Many believe the firm will soon unveil a way to play Xbox and Xbox 360 games on PC and Windows handhelds like the Xbox Ally. That will be a massive upgrade to Xbox backwards compatibility and lay the groundwork for supporting it on Project Helix. That too is just a speculation, though I'd argue it extremely likely due to the nature of Project Helix, even if that's ultimately why the Xbox backwards compatibility program is coming back, though I do hope its team can add some more games on the catalog as well. Chad, let me tell you something, this is good stuff. Because look, that's true though. Like you think about it, you sit here, you're like, they're coming back with this, which is exciting because heck, who in the blue hell does not want classic games, to come back to, right nowadays, and people can go ahead and repurchase it if they can for a very good price, of course, not slap the $70 price on it. Like I know someone who likes to make sure remastered and then slap $70 to it. I know someone who does not like retro games. Who that? I don't know. I'll say who it is though. But yes, this is good stuff because since now we're getting the Project Helix these days, right? We know it's coming. We know it's gonna happen, of course. If this gets to work, I mean, for next gen, having it on PC, we can go in to play our old games. Wow, that's pretty good stuff. That is fantastic. I mean, chat, what are your thoughts on this? I mean, are you excited for this to come back? Because I've got to tell you something. If they can bring like some old titles that I bought, that they delisted them, and I can't find them, I will be super duper happy. Kind of like, the Marvel's X-Men arcade that I bought, and they delisted because due to licensing and stuff, and now it's in a collection, which I have to rebuy again, so I can say, but damn, I have to rebuy that thing again after I bought it a long time ago. Oh man. But yeah, I'm excited for this, chat. I'm excited for this, especially since we're now going to Project Helix and seeing that these backwards games, can come into that. That would be pretty cool stuff. Now to San Francisco, I'll buy their whole library on my first Xbox. Oh wow, nice. I don't think I will see many licensed games showing up as PC. Yeah, that too. But at least for the majority of them, that if they do come back, will actually be the ones that won't play on PC will actually be playable on PC. Because I gotta tell you something, if this is coming back, of course they gotta add it to Xbox Helix, and and since Xbox now is gonna be pretty much a PC, of course they gotta add that to the store though. So let's see how it goes. To be honest, I want nothing to do with Helix because of Windows 11 aspect. Really? Sony has been milking PlayStation for years. PlayStation is cooked. PlayStation is a copy and paste company. They don't have their own identity. Oh, we're going to get into that next, my friend. And we're going to have a long discussion about that, though. They resist. Trying to bring back Concord is a desperation move. No. Watch him bring him back and watch it die like 2 days later. Oh man, how sad that? How dare you, Pickles? What do you mean, how sad that? You said call him Maddie. That was you, not us. You said call Maddie Warfare. So now Pickles, made it into simple terms. He probably said, that's his girlfriend's name. So if you gotta call Maddie to do the warfare, it's okay. No worries, no problem, man. No problem. It's okay. All right, baby money. No, it's okay. No, not have to worry about that. Ilegalidad. Hello. Good morning. Louis, that 4K update happened last week. Did it? I think it was this week though that was announced though, because I think that when did this happen though? Let me see. It was 2 days ago. It was basically on a Sunday though. But my friend, news has been a bit slow, so you know I'm catching up. And remember, I was not here Thursday, Friday, and Sunday I jumped in to do an interview, and yesterday I started to catch up with the news. But yes, that news was 2 days ago. But we're gonna talk a little bit about it. Ponies keep begging for State of Decay 3 port to PS5. These ponies should stick to their garbage. The Last of Us. Damn. Ugh. Wow. Well, I mean, State of Decay is kind of like a live service game, though. If you think about it. I mean, like I said, if you think about it, though. Sorry, you. I just love PlayStation slander early in the morning. Oh, we're going to get to it, my friend. We're going to get into it. Because, heck, we got to talk about this, my friends. We got to talk about this PlayStation situation. Because, man, oh, man. There was only one website that actually talked about it. The other ones are just like, it's okay. But kind of funny, though, because they were talking about, Asha Sharma's gamer tag. And that, what she's been playing, what she's been doing. But where's Hiroki Titoki's gamer tag? What games has he played? Oh, that's right. He doesn't like games. Okay, so since he doesn't like games, then where are the guys out there on Twitter who were saying, well, Asha doesn't play games. She just started playing games. I mean, where's Hiroki Titoki's gamer tag? Why don't you guys ask Hiroki Titoki? Of course they are not going to ask Hiroki Titoki. Why are they going to ask Mr. Titoki, though? And that's a pretty cool name, Hiroki Titoki. I got to say, though, it's got like a rhythm. Hiroki Titoki. Hiroki Titoki. Hiroki Titoki. Yeah, that's a pretty good name, though. But either way, though, let's talk about it, chat, because hell, we talked a little bit about this, me and Joy, yesterday, but you know what? Let's dissect it. So it says here, PlayStation is pulling Sony, but the company CEO doesn't like video games. Wow. But where are those I mean, seriously, where are those rants at? I'm looking for them. Come on, Nib, James. Come on, CPR. Come alive. Come on. What is that? Heart thing, whatever it's called. That goes and shocks people. I mean, come on. Where's your reactions to this? Good God, so let's read about this. It says here, in an interview with Bloomberg, Sony CEO Hiroki Titoki spoke about the company's transformation. The Japanese China has gone from an electronics manufacturer to a global entertainment company. Oh, nice. So now we're going to get operas, dances, probably get plays, Mike Johnson, anyone? X-Lands Game says Helix is to replace my current old PC. Can't wait. Oh, I know someone's going to be excited for that. That is Ray Chi. Yes. Look, these people only like Xbox news. No. Oh, you mean bad news? Oh, yeah. Only like Xbox bad news because when it's good news, they don't say shit. So, here we go. Hiroki Titoki comes out and he says, the changes began after the 2013 crisis when the company was forced to change. Of course, you guys were dying, yo. We were about to go to bankrupt. Due to its failing financial performance and loss of employees, the pressure was increased by competitors from Korea and China. And yet you guys give the TVs to TCL. But, okay. Competition came down to mass production. In order to lower prices, Sony couldn't keep up with it. As a result, the company abandoned part of its production, including the broadband division, creating a partnership with TCL. That explains a lot, though. Oh. The bet on entertainment paid off. If 10 years ago, games, movies, and music generated about 30% of revenue, now it's more than 60%, with PlayStation accounting for the largest share. So basically, PlayStation has been carrying Sony. Sony has been dead for years, and since they did the shift, though, they worked more on movies and stuff like that, actually gone up because of that, though. Wow. Damn. I mean, if you guys, like I always say, you guys got a big problem when it comes down to evolving your products or doing stuff. You guys are pretty behind on that, but okay, let's keep going. It says here the company's goals is to become the best place to play and the best platform for publishing, strengthening ties with publishers and developing its own studios. Titokonori noted that the growing popularity of anime and the role of Crunchyroll in a fight against piracy. Music catalogs also bring stable income. You fight against piracy? But I got a question though, Titoki. How is your fight against hacking though going? Seriously. Where is that at? I mean, you guys gotta have a fight against hacking, but okay. The CEO admitted. Let me read this again. The CEO admitted. Again, the words are admitted. I'm not a big fan of video games, preferring TV series and music, especially the band Oasis. So wait, Hiroki Totoki says, so don't go away. Say what to say. So that's what you say to PlayStation though? Don't go away? You sing that all the time though? But wow, I'm not a big fan of video games, preferring TV series and music, especially the band Oasis. Really, out of all bands, Oasis? I mean, Oasis is not a bad band, but damn, there's so much cool bands out there. Come on, you're still in the 90s. Come back to, get into 2025. You gotta like Metallica, you gotta like Rob Zombie, heck, but Oasis though? Or Nirvana? Oh, God. Hey, Pex NYC, what's up? Broki Totoki. But look, he does not like video games, my friends. He just doesn't. Oasis, man, nah. Listen. We gotta give credit to Oasis when back in the day, the good CDs they had. They have what was the other one? They have Wonderwall. And after all, you're my Wonderwall. They got some pretty good songs out there. We can't say no to that. But they kind of faded out, though, throughout the years. Maybe, I haven't heard good songs from them in a while, but damn. I'm still back in the 90s when they released that good CD that I could listen to like 5 or 7 songs from it. And I could say, yeah. There you go, DJ Berto Das says, and after all, see, I got the chat singing now with me. I mean, man, it's actually pretty. They actually got some good songs though. What is that one? From the first CD, let me see. Man, I forgot how the first song goes though. Damn. Louis Singh is going to make all the dogs in the neighborhood start barking. I can sing some beautiful songs. I mean, I can sing opera. La, 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 la. I can try opera. I can sing like Slipknot. Stay push up and time. I mean, I can sing Slipknot. I can sing what else? That one hurt my throat. I can also sing Celine Dion. My heart will go on and on. I can sing Celine Dion though. I could probably imitate her voice. Yeah. Nah, I can never imitate Celine Dion. If I imitated Celine Dion, I'd be filthy rich though. Maybe I should practice that though. But anyway, though, child, let's go back to this. Like I'm saying though, this man came out and he said he does not like video games. He doesn't have a gamer tag. But where are you guys going out there saying, hey, Titoki, where's the gamer? Hey, Titoki, you need to get into games. Hey, Titoki. Why don't you guys say something like that? But no, since he's not from Xbox, you're not going to ask that question, though. Right? Okay. So emotional damning, says Baby Money. I mean, even though it's so emotional damning, but, there's nothing more damning than, your girlfriend's name is Maddie and that she causes warfare, though. Man, baby, things we gotta find out from you, boy. Louis thinks he's Freddie Mercury when he's in the shower. We are the champions, my friends. Pow, 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 pow. And we'll keep on fighting. No, I cannot imitate Freddie Mercury either. Sorry about that. Helix must be fully functional PC too. I'm not going to spend 1,000 plus and still need a PC. Oh, why not? I mean, let me tell you something, Game Rock Bandit. Let me tell you something, John Booth. You were saying that you're complaining that, you know, it's not interested in you because of the Windows 11 aspect. Listen. We've been on Windows from Xbox for a lot of years. How do we know? You know, Joey showed me the other day something that I just didn't notice it from the store. We buy from a Windows store already. So we've been using the Windows store for quite some time. And baby, basically right now, remember one thing. You probably don't like Windows 11 as it is by you know how it is right now, but remember they are working on it to update it, and they will probably make it better by the time Helix comes out. So by the time that comes out, my friends, you know, by the time that comes out, it's, of course, it has to be way more better than what it is now. So I know as of this moment, you probably won't like it, but you know, later on down the road, you'll probably go ahead and get it. And plus, the $1,000 thing, we were talking about this yesterday. Me and Joey were having a debate. You you remember how we were discussing how me and him went out to buy this console? So if you guys were here yesterday, he said that he bought this console for like almost 980 bucks. And I bought mine for pretty much the same price. Because the thing is, for where we were living at, plus the issues with the scalpers and all that stuff, these consoles for us were very fucking expensive. Extremely fucking expensive, my friends. It wasn't easy to get. But, oops, sorry about that, chat. But, let me see. Yeah, I feel the same. I haven't had any issues with people mention either. Nice, nice. I mean, I'm using Windows 11. The only issue I have is the damn update. And every time I gotta install a game, I gotta wait for the game to damn unpack. And after it unpacks, I have to wait for the mesh shaders to install. That was Rach. You told me about that. And he showed me that too. Damn, Rachy, damn, why you have to show me that? But yes, that's the things I complain about PC though. Not only that, I gotta always update this damn graphic card. Something pisses me off. But at least you know nowadays, I see when it pops in, it says, hey, buddy. It's like, come here. And it says here, you gotta update me, I'll update it right away. Ah, yes. Game What Madness says, I need Helix to run all the popular apps and let me run video editing software. Ah, maybe it could though, because you know, look, at the end of the day, we don't know how this console is going to work, how it's going to run. As far as we know, you know, it's gonna have PC included. And after we see that and everything that it goes from there on, it's going to be interesting though. It's going to be interesting because, you know, it's got to be packed with a big storage because, you know, we all know that Windows takes a lot of storage, my friends. Yes, we do. Memory prices are crashing. Hates. Are they crashing? Thank you. Crash. Crash, you motherfuckers. I hope you crash down and I hope you become to $10 or $20. Sorry about that, chat. Sorry I went that far, you know, because, you know, chat. I'm pretty mad of these price hikes, and when it comes down to price hikes, I have to get a bit aggravated because, you know, seriously, I gotta update my PC, and I hope they keep on crashing. So that way, when I go in and update my PC, it becomes, you know, much more easier. Yes. But all right. Woosa. All right, let's go, chat. You know, I just did my woosah, so you know, from Bad Boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do with it? Hey, that's a good movie though. All right, let's keep going. But here's the thing though, we have to wait and see, chat. I mean, it's still too early. I know we have our differences, you know, when it comes down to these consoles and the pricing and everything, right? Because, you know, people are saying it's gonna be 1,000, be 1,200, it's gonna be this, it's gonna be that. But like I always say, before you guys upgrade, look at the specs. Read through the specs. Check out the specs. And if you guys think that with these specs it's actually a perfect time to go ahead and upgrade, then go for it. If not, stick to your box. Or, you know, if you got your PC, stick to your PC. Seriously, I mean, don't go nuts about it. You just gotta wait till we get the final specs on this console, see what it can do, see what power it has, see how it delivers games, see that if we can finally get that 4K native 60, you know, ultra graphics in there that we would be happy to play games on. Seriously. The vast thing. What was the vast thing though? What was the vast thing? Just saying it needs to be 2 terabytes at launch. Yeah, that too. It needs to have, yeah, it needs to be at least 2 terabytes, sir. And it has to have like at least 32 of RAM or 64 of RAM. I mean, shit, we need a powerful RAM machine in there so they can make it easier for, for devs and everything. Bad thing when Helix comes out, it will be PC Game Pass will remove more than likely. I don't think that would happen, though. I have to check, though. They'll probably include it or something like that. We're going to have to wait and see, though. I'm close to going to PC, but I need to know how Helix offers first. Exactly. That's the thing, though. You guys have to wait. There's no rush with this. I mean, there's no rush. And right now, people are stressing out on the pricing and worrying about the pricing and doing all this stuff. Remember what I said, though? That when the PS6 comes out, these guys are going to straight up tell you in your face, hey, in COVID, people pay $1,000 for this console, so it's okay. $1,000 is nothing. That's what they're going to tell you. That's going to be the excuse. And for Xbox, they're going to say it's pretty expensive. That's what they're going to say, though. Trust me. The PSN will be out, and I will still be on my 1070 Ti. It says Richie. And Richie will still play games at 1070 Ti. All right. So, my beautiful, awesome chats. We find out today. Well, we knew that PlayStation was carrying Sony for the longest of time. I already knew that since 2014. That PlayStation was the thing that actually saved Sony from going bankrupt. We knew that. And the entertainment business, But, as we know, we see that PlayStation brings in the money, right? So, as it brings in the money, they got to pay off all the losses that are on the backlog, though, with that money that comes in. So, basically, PlayStation was making jack shit. What do you mean, Louis? PlayStation was making that shit? Well, because if you got a source, if you got one thing out of 30 things you're actually selling out there, and this one thing is paying for the 30 things you're selling out there, then you have a problem. You should have gotten rid of this for years now. Which basically that's what pretty much they're doing, restructuring, or pretty much, taking away from this. Or as Joey would say, and I also think about it, I think they're ready to sell. To let someone deal with that stuff. I'm being as honest as I can be. I don't know if one day we might hear that Apple purchased them, we might hear that someone else purchased them. So yeah. So Sony is broke. They're not broke. The thing is that, like I said, if you got one product that is pulling in the cash to pay off the other 29 products you have out there, you have a problem. You have a problem with the other 29 products. So you got to sit there, restructure, and do what you got to do like they've been doing these days. Or send them off because it just doesn't work for them anymore. Because like I said, Sony's major problem is called innovation. They're really late when it comes to innovation. While other companies go on in advance, they stay stuck, to their old ways, thinking it's actually always going to work. But here's the thing, though. In life, things get to a point. And when they get to that point, right? Maybe in that point you guys banked, you did so well, but once you're back in there, you got to look for a way to start evolving from that point. And Sony has not evolved their business model. They tried it this generation, but they practically failed when it came down to PC. Why didn't their games on PC didn't sell? And they started to put fingers and be like, oh, it's PC players don't buy games and shit. I'll tell you why. They blocked 180 countries where Sony is pretty popular. And if they do block 180 countries trying to force the user to go ahead and buy a PlayStation, sign into the store, shit, they're probably pissed off and said, I'm not buying a PlayStation because, hell, I don't know if it's going to be blocked for me or not. That's what happens. So that's why that plan failed. But they're not going to go out there and say that, because if they do, though, all of us, the Xbox guys, or the Xbox as they call us, or, the PlayStation haters, or whatever as they call us, I don't care, we'll pick up on it and throw it out here and talk about it. But it doesn't take a genius to see that, though. It's easy. All you got to do is read the room, like I always say. You read the room, you see what's happening. And I showed you guys plenty of times while we're here live, I showed it to you throughout the years. Sony blocked, especially this country, from purchasing these games. It's me, the Brock Boy Lewis, with a $2 super chat. He says, Louis, check pick I just put in Discord when time. When time? When time. Let's go see. When time? All right, let's go see. Ah, oh wow. Soda couldn't get Astrobot on Xbox. Man, you said that out, Will the Broke Boy. They're gonna be pissed off. You're gonna get a lot of responses because they get aggravated for stuff like this. Ooh, they go on the defensive side. Yes. Ooh, baby, baby, baby. Oh. Oh, that was a funny one. That was a funny one, though. Bro, boy, you know what? Post that shit out there on Twitter. Let's see how mad they get. And let's have fun with those tweets. Let's have fun with those tweets. Because they will pick up on that one. Because they protect their things. They protect it so bad. You know, I can't imagine what they're going to say, though. They're going to start saying, look at this. He's so desperate for Astrobot. He actually bought the toy, you know, put it on the Xbox. Oh, I'm glad Sony has it exclusive. That's what they're going to say, though. Ooh. Oh man, chat, so much fun. So much fun today. We're having so much fun. But yes, listening to this, Hiroki Totoki does not like games. Wow. And yet you guys are not questioning Totoki, but yes, you guys question Asher Sharma. Incredible. That's how these guys are. Because why don't they question Totoki? Oh, that's right. Totoki does not have social media. Probably. He doesn't talk to people straightforward like, you know, Xbox does. Yes, Pickles, we're going to jump into that pretty soon. Yes, we're going to jump into that, my friend. Yes. Yoo-hoo. But yes, incredible. But yes, Sony's not broke, chat. The thing is, like, if you got one product that pays for all of them, then you got to sit down and look at your other products and try to find a way to fix things before, you know, it comes crashing down on you. And they're starting to do that. Like I said, they gave TCL the 51%. And, you know, they were thinking that's a good move or anything. But to be honest, though, nah. I want Brokey Totoki to go on stage with the Xbox t-shirt. I mean, that would be pretty awesome if you see Hiroki Totoki wear an Xbox shirt. But I don't think, you know, Hiroki Totoki is more of a suit guy. He's more of a suit guy, though. Yeah. That does not like video games, though. He prefers TV and movies and loves Oasis. That explains why they're putting so much money investing into anime and stuff like that, because he does not like video games, though. That's why he's shutting down studios. Ah! Pretty soon, you know, Santa Monica will go and all the other ones will go. Ah! I'm just kidding. Do not take that, you know, as a source. Sony lost 50K employees since 2016. Damn. Sincere's, good morning, brother. Where is the data coming from this? New Egg show also shows maybe a 5% dip in DDR5. Howdy, folks and fellow gray beards. Gray beard hookahs, says Sincere's. What's up, Sincere's? How you doing, man? How you doing? Man, Sincere's, you just read an article that Hiroki Totoki does not like video games. He prefers TV, music, and the band Oasis. Wow. Out of all bands, Oasis. With so many good bands out there. I mean, you got Papa Roach. They're pretty good. You got Taylor Swift, you know? Yeah. I would love to hear Totoki sing Wonderwall. Oh, God. Oh, no. That's messed up. FanFest should be a good time. Yes, sir. That's one on that. I don't know. We'll get into this. If you chose not to believe me, then don't. I'll be fine. All right. So, let's go. Before we dive into what's into Game Pass, chat, let me read this one last one. And this is huge because, of course, this game released, my friends, right? And it had kind of like a PS5 Pro thing going on because, you know, the graphics were great on the PS5 Pro. You know, Digital Foundry, of course, when they see this, they got to make this video because we all know they, you know. Yeah, you know, they get that. Which I wish I could get, though, to be honest, though. But no, I'm never gonna get that, though. No. Oh man, but this game came out, you know, and it had kind of like a thing going on with PlayStation. But finally, now Xbox has this, which I'm pretty happy to see because look, at the end of the day, this is good stuff, right? Especially for people who are now playing this game, and for what I've seen, it's a very, very long game because I got a couple friends who still are playing it and have not finished the damn thing because it's so long. But let's cover it. It says here, I couldn't enjoy it fully until now. Chris and Desert once exclusive PS5 mode finally arrives on Xbox. I'm ready to dive back in. Woohoo! Let's go. Chris and Desert's 4K update arrived on PlayStation 5 first, leaving the Xbox Series X users waiting, with Pearl-Abyss declining to explain the temporary lack of parity. I'll tell you what happened there. They released a game that was broken. Simple. I mean, why do you guys look for? Come on, you guys. We're in 2026. We know how these games already come out. We know that this gen has been bad when it comes down to releasing these games. It says here, a little over 5 days ago, Chris Desert received a patch on PlayStation 5 that introduced a new 4K output mode. Since then, many Xbox players have been left wondering why a similar update has not arrived for Xbox Series X, despite it being the more powerful console. Oh. Oh. We reached out to Pearl-Abyss, the developer behind Crimson Desert, but they declined to comment on the absence of a 4K updater for the Xbox Series X. Of course, they declined because they were working on it. They released this game without being fully, patched. But, like I said, we're in a generation that this is bound to happen. And if you guys do not know this, then damn. I'm here to tell you that, yes, this generation is all about that, though. That's why, when new games come out, you got to sit there, you got to look at it. And speaking of that, I hope Maurice did a video on this to talk about the 4K updates. But yes, here we go. So here is a closer look at the Xbox players who are missing out on the latest patch for the widely popular game. Xbox Series has now received 4K upscaling option in performance mode, bringing it closer in line with what PlayStation 5 offers. Previously, Xbox Series X had to rely on dynamic resolution regardless of display output. On PlayStation 5, users had been given the option to enable fixed 4K output, improving visual quality and providing a sharper image through FSR. Haha. That was the only difference, but as the Xbox fan had been quick to point out, it had been over 6 days since the patch arrived. PlayStation 5 users were already benefiting from improved output resolution, which raised the question of where the same option was for the Xbox Series X. As of today, however, the update has not arrived for the Xbox Series X. Users are making the game now feature parity with PS5. Pearl-Abyss did not provide any details to why the update took longer on Xbox, but it's good that it's here nevertheless. Simple, like I said. They released a broken game. We initially reached out to Pearl-Abyss, the developer of Chris Desert, regarding the lack of 4K output option on Xbox Series X, and their reply, they declined to comment. It is good to see Xbox Series X now receiving the improvements in this area, especially as the update on PlayStation 5 appears with it to make a noticeable difference to visual quality on PlayStation 5. I have been playing at 1440p on PC, but as someone with a soft spot for Xbox, this is at least a welcome change. Then why are you writing about this? Are you happy with 4K upscaling arrive on Xbox Series X? I mean, who isn't? I mean, any update that comes out to a game that you actually buy to spend this money, because, like I said, I played it safe. I said myself, I'm going to wait till they patch this MFR before I go in and buy it. Because, of course, when I see stuff like that, when I see that these graphics are releasing 1080p 60, that is only going to be for this box, and then I see that on the other box, it's all upscaling and stuff, and it seems to tell me that there's a mess going on there, that they got to go in and fix it. So, they went in there and fixed it now, but still, there's still more room for improvement, and let's see when they can finally fix this improvement and have the game the way it's supposed to be. Let's see though. What are you guys fighting about? You guys fighting about RAM prices? What are you guys fighting about RAM prices? I mean, listen. There's let me just type this in. Is there a RAM crash pricing? So basically, I'm reading an article that says, yes, RAM prices are finally starting to fall, but here's why you should hold off from buying. So yes, there is a RAM crashing going on at this very moment, and I'm really happy it is. This was an article written 3 days ago, so it's good things that the RAM is actually dropping down the price. Because really, they went nuts. Like I said, when I went into that PC store called Circuit City, I went in there. Is it Circuit City? No. What was the name of the store? Not Circuit City. Chat, help me out. Oh my God, I forgot the store I went to in California. So when I went to that store and I ran into those RAM prices and I saw that 128 gigabytes of RAM was what, $2,000. I said, no! It's right here. It's starting to drop, my friend. Starting to drop. But it was bound to happen either way, though, because, you know, things tend to go up and then one day they tend to go down, especially with something like this, because the thing is right now, as it's happening, as what's going on, the stock market has been bombed out. No joke. When you go in and you look at the stock market, you're willing to buy stocks from these companies who have been focusing on AI and working with AI. A lot of people have been kind of pulling away. So when you see that your investors are pulling away, what you got to do, you got to change the method and you got to introduce it more slowly. And in order, you know, because, you know, if not, the investors are going to keep away from investing into your company. They're going to run away because they're not really happy about this whole AI situation. So if you don't keep introducing it slowly, you want to introduce it in a raw spot, this is the type of things that happen. We're going to have a crisis when it comes down to RAMs. We're going to have a crisis when it comes down to this or any other chip that's out there, which it went insane. But since the investors started pulling away and not believing this whole AI stuff, then, you know, things tend to slow down and everything tends to happen, you know. But that's common, you know, things that happen, though. So let's see why they're saying this. Yeah, boom, has led to an unprecedented period for the PC. Oh, did I show you the site, though? Oh, I think I did not post it on here. All right, so it says here. Let's see what are they saying, though. So it says here, the AI boom has led to an unprecedented period of the PC hardware market, with prices for memory and storage soaring for both manufacturers and consumers. AI data centers have effectively absorbed brand kits, with companies like Micron turning their attention away from consumers to full focus on AI. However, the tide slowly but surely beginning to turn in favor of consumers as prices for RAM kits are starting to fall across some retailers in Europe and the US and China. Tom's Harbor highlighted that the sudden shift in market trend is simply because consumers aren't buying affordable RAMs alongside Google's Turbo Quant compression method, which helps to reduce RAM requirements on AI memory usage. Ultimately, the latter means AI companies won't need to hog memory as much as they have been. That's another one too, but okay. But like I said, though, investors have been pulling away from this. Multiple listings on retailer sites over the last few months showcase prices for 32 gigabytes and 64 gigabytes of RAM kits that are more expensive than an entire PC build or a games console. It's not surprising to see prices eventually fall, which is a strong indication that retailers want to clear stock. Now, you might think about investing in RAM kits as soon as possible since the prices are eventually dropping. Unfortunately, it's not exactly the right time to start making moves to upgrade your PC memory, and it might be a long way before any of us could do so at affordable prices. So it says you don't buy RAM sets, but chat, like I was saying though, people kind of like pulled away from this whole AI situations. Investors have been pulling away and their stocks have been dropping. So right now, you know, companies have taken another jab at it and said, okay, listen, let's switch the way we're doing this. Let's bring it slowly because people are just not too happy about rubbing this RAM prices into down their throats. Yeah. What are you fighting, bro? You need to chill out, man. Chill out, relax, woosah for a moment. So Safo says, when I bought my Mac Studio, every PC with anything better than a 5070 was over 2K. Really? You better need to chill out, man. You're getting too aggressive about that. Louis, PC part picker has a graph shows RAM prices no noticeable decrease. But here's the thing though, Yubei. The thing is, look, yesterday alone, I'll give you an example. Yesterday, right? When was it? I know that PlayStation was going to increase their consoles, right? We know that for a fact, but there's still stores that have not increased the prices yet. So, for example, maybe PC Part Picker, because here's the thing though, PC Part Picker bought those pieces, and right now they still want to try to hold off, because this is what companies do sometimes. What they do is, since they bought it very expensive, because they probably got these RAMs for a very expensive price, and so along the way though, what they do is, if they bought it for the expensive price, they're going to try to sell you that expensive price, try to hold off as long as they can. So once they hold off as long as they can, and they finally cannot hold off to it, then they'll start dropping down the prices. That's the thing with stores though, because you know what? In Dominican Republic, 20 years ago, this happened. We had a problem with the dollar. One day the dollar was at 60, the other day it was at 65. So if you went out there to purchase at anything that you purchased that was on 60 though, at $60 for anything, I mean 60 pesos for a dollar, then when it got here and it was at 65, you had to increase the price, in order to face the prices for the import tax and stuff like that. That was the only way to do it. But if it dropped from 60 to 55, you already bought at 60, you were in trouble, because it was just too much. It wasn't stable though. So with this RAM thing, you try to extend this as long as you can though. But again, they're probably holding off till they can actually start decreasing the price. So you gotta understand that's how companies work, my friend. Maybe now it's not decreasing, but later on they will decrease it. They're trying to hold off because they bought it at an expensive price. That's what companies do though. And once the crash is actually full there, then they'll start reducing the price, my friend. You gotta understand that's how companies work. Like I said, PlayStation these days, I saw pictures of people posting, oh, it's still at $750 here on the stores, come pick it up, hurry up, blah, blah, blah. People were taking pictures of that yesterday, because the stores, they have not increased the prices yet. And they will pretty soon, though. So let's go. Let's see. Yes, and now quantization is allowing people to run models locally. Open source AI has been beating the brakes of these big companies. Yep. As quantization actually have full use shown in loan. I remember that the Chinese company made the same claims, and then it turned out it all was fake. Yes, we're having RAM wars in this chat. No! What happened with Marathon? What happened with Marathon? Because I know there's two people trying to push Marathon out there. I saw a lot of people out there saying, hey, Marathon is a very good game, but, people are starting to question, what kind of games do you like, though? Yeah. I'm not saying it's a bad game, though, because, I tried it out and I already gave you my 2 cents. But, I don't think like in a month or two they're going to fix that, though. But, okay. Let's see. I mean, like I said, Bungie can go down to the bottom rock, and all of a sudden they come up with a thing and they pull up, and now it becomes a good game. I know they actually do that because Destiny, that's what happened, though. That's why there's an AI bubble for a reason. But look, like I said, though, the whole thing with RAM, the whole thing with this pricing that's been going nuts, one day will fall, because look, nobody, and it's crazy though. I mean, if you really need it, you will go ahead and purchase it, but you sit there, you're like, wait, this thing costs $150, and now it tripled or quadrupled the price. So people will tend to get away from that. They'll get scared. Now, if they need it for work or anything, they'll pick it up. But damn, $2,000 though? $2,000 for RAM pricing? Shit. Holy shit. Like I said, I went to the store and I saw that. And I was like, this is not me, for example, that I got to upgrade my PC because my PC is 2019. So I was looking at PC parts. I said, Lou, this is not the time. So, right now, you know what I do, though? I'll tell you what I do to my PC. I open it up, I shine it. I put, some clear coating to it. I paint it. I do everything to keep everything good, so it can last long. So the day I decide to upgrade, prices are down now, because shit, it's scary when you go say, okay, I gotta upgrade this. Okay, what am I gonna buy? What RAM am I gonna get? Oh shit, this thing costs this much. Holy crap, no. You run away from that stuff. That's crazy. Yeah. 1,000 people within Marathon on Steam, not over top 100. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Wow. Well, Rack, good morning to you, sir. How you doing? Hope everything is good for you. 1,300 people playing Marathon on Steam. No! Uh-oh. 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 So, here comes the best of the best of the best when it comes down to gaming, of course, and that is Xbox Game Pass. Yes. Let's talk about this, baby, because man, oh man, like I said, we are fully packed. We got this buffet so full that I don't even know, chat. I mean, look, I'm starting to feel like a goat, though. Like, seriously, Game Pass is like, feeding a goat, though. You feed a goat, and at the same time the goat is feeding, he goes to the bathroom. No joke, that's what goats do. So basically, Game Pass is like this because you're like, oh man, let me go out there and let out this buffet. But all of a sudden, when you're letting go of the buffet, there's more buffet coming in. You're like, what? Oh my God, this is so much food. We're actually, too full. But man, we can never ask for enough though. This is keeping us chubby, my friends. Oh yeah, when it comes down to video games. And yes, we have, and sorry chat, I used a very bad example with the goat, but okay. So coming soon to Xbox Game Pass. Let's go. Yes. All right, let's open this up because seriously, I probably cannot read all these games because they are so small on this picture. And I don't want to get the names wrong though. All right, so let's go into the website, pasting it here. And this is coming to Xbox Game Pass. Clint, Haze 2, Vampire Crawlers, and more. Yes, chat, yes, chat. So to PC, we're getting DayZ. If you guys have not played DayZ, I recommend it. It's a fun game to play co-op. It's a really good game. Endless Legend 2. I don't know what the hell is that, but I gotta check it out too. FPC Firebreak. Cloud, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Nice. Ooh, cool. Now it comes with premium. Planet Coaster 2. Woohoo! April 9th. Tiny Bookshop. Game Pass Ultimate, Game Pass Premium, and PC Game Pass. Soccer Manager. Now, if Luke was here, it would have said Football Manager. But who cares, Luke? We love picking on you, so it's Soccer Manager. Yes. Yes, Soccer Manager. April 13th, let's go. Hades 2, baby. Coming to Game Pass. Game Pass Premium, PC Game Pass. Let's fucking go. And here is the game I've been waiting for. And man, oh man, I'm trying to finish Witcher so I can hop into it. And that is Replaced, which comes out on April 14th. Woohoo! Let's go. Available day one with Game Pass. Let's go. Woohoo! Yes, yes. What the heck is that name? Thaumaturge. I don't know what that is, but okay. Let's go. So it says Thaumaturge is a character-driven RPG with a rich story, morally ambiguous choices, and turn-based combat. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered, April 16th now with Game Pass Premium, joining Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass. Woohoo! EA Sports NHL 26. Chat, listen. I quit playing NHL because Plume picked a Pee-wee team, and he whipped my butt on NHL 24, I think it was. No joke. If Plume would have recorded that and posted it out there, I would have looked awful. I thought I was a pretty good player in hockey, but Plume kicked my ass. No joke. He chose a Pee-wee team, beat me 11-1. No joke. Yep. And that RTX 5070 Ti, you come with me when it pops. That's because he didn't Game Pass. Sorry, I had to use that though. And Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Woohoo! Cloud Console PC April 17th. Yes! Game Pass Ultimate, Game Pass Reno, and PC Game Pass. Let's go. Woohoo! Another Call of Duty dropping into Game Pass, baby. Little Rock Lab. Little Rock Lab is a cozy machine building RPG. You play as Morgan, an aspiring engineer. Head home at St. Ambrose to help complete your family's dream building a rocket. Help the locals with new machines, be creative, and become the ultimate engineer. The rocket isn't going to build itself. That sounds like a nice game. Soap! The Tale of the Stolen Potato. They stole the Series S. Oh shit. They stole the Series S though. Oh damn, chat. Sopa stole the Series S. We gotta get Sopa. Mijo steps into the pantry to fetch a potato, to fetch the Series S. For his grandma falls into a magical world full of wonders. Meet quirky characters venture through the depths of South America and learn the importance of the things we pass along, an unforgettable motion narrative adventure. Hey, that sounds like a pretty nifty game too. Ah, Vampire Callers, the turbo wild call from Vampire Survivors. Yes! From the creators of Vampire Survivors, Vampire Callers turns the thrill of survivors into a hype turn-based, roguelite, card-driven blobber. Build blasted decks, explore familiar dungeons, and unleash world-ending combos. Either take your time and tactical, or play turns as fast as you humanly can. The outcome always accurate. Kiln. Oh, it's Kiln. Oh, so Kiln is coming out now. Yes, the David Jaffe game. Let's go. Kiln is a pottery power fantasy celebrating both creative and destruction. The pleasure of making beautiful things and smashing them to smithereens. Create your pots, grab your friends, and throw down in online arenas where the ceramic creations were sculpted become you into battle. Woohoo! Game Essential subscribers, and look forward to 2 more games coming to the library on April 8th. Chat, we are full of games, my friends. We are full of games. We are playing games. We're going to have some fun. I'm going to try that Kiln out. Because like I said, though, when I saw the trailer to this game, I was like, Now, I'm like, I want to see what it does, though. I said, I got to try it out before anything. Kiln is David Jaffe, isn't? No? Am I confused, though? Hold on a second. I'm confused, though. Wait. Kiln game. Wasn't that the David? It's Double Fine though. Yeah, it's the Double Fine for us again. Yeah, isn't it for David Jaffe though? David Jaffe came out talking about it. Isn't it? Is it David? Did I say the name right? Oh, it's not David Jaffe. Oh shoot. Not bad, chat. I'm confused with David Jaffe. Oh no. Sorry, chat. Sorry. Oh Lord, sorry about that, chat. Sorry. I don't know why I have David Jaffe in my head though. Tim Schafer, thank you for that. Yes. Oh, they have a beard though. I get confused with Jack Black sometimes. Yeah, that happens to me. Yeah. Oh, sorry, chat. Sorry. I was confused because they all have beards, so I confuse Jack Black sometimes with David Jaffe. I confuse David Jaffe with Jack Black. Oh my God. Oh, my ADD kicked in. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Yes, David Jaffe is the creator of God of War. Sorry, David. Sorry, Tim Schafer. Sorry to you guys. My bad. It's my bad. It happens to me. Hey. I like that. No. But sorry, Jack Black. Love you guys to death. Look at y'all laughing at me. Hey, I made my mistakes, but I admit to my mistakes, though. I don't stick to it, though. Game War Madison might cancel Game Pass to Fable. What? Man, with replays coming on? Ah, hell no. I ain't canceling that. Google Poll asks, is Plume Canadian? Isn't Plume Canadian? Yes, he is. But Plume is... We were talking about the other day. I mean, you got D-Batch is Canadian. You got... Who else is Canadian? DCG. I don't know. We mentioned a couple guys out there that were Canadian. And, Plume is a rarity from Canada, though, because it's not like those guys, though. Sony will never evolve PlayStation past consoles to PC completely. They conditioned ponies over the many years of service. Ponies cannot set the change. Okay, look. Let me tell you something, Dave Reezy. There are 131 million PS users, PlayStation users, right? Those 131 million PS users do not think like those ponies. And in that 131 million, there's got to be 15 to 20 million PlayStation users that actually think that go pony crazy, right? But the rest, though, all they do is buy this box just to play 2 or 3 games. They don't care about the console wars. They don't know who Hiroki Totoki is. They don't know who that guy is. They don't know nothing. They just don't know. I'm not kidding you. There's people that don't know. Seriously, I have met even people here online. No joke that I've asked them like, do you know anything about the console? You know, this person is like, no, I just play games. That's all they do though. Canadians are have high chance of being above. Oh, the NHL thing. My God, Plume kicked my butt. I don't know why Plume did not go pro with this game. Grows a beard because he has no chin or jaw. That's so mean. There's a brand new world of the horizon. Places are going to go to get left behind. So Safo says, I'm starting to agree with Joey. Sony's trimming the fat is possibly sell PlayStation. I'm thinking that too, though, because I remember when I told Joey this at the very beginning of January. He said, "Nah, they're not doing anything bad. They're just, looking for ways." I'm like, Joey, this does not sound good at all. And he's like, "Why do you think this?" Because I said, because look, one thing I've learned out of all my years, though, when it comes down to products, right? In Japan, they actually really do believe in their products. They actually really push their products out there. I mean, take, for example, Sega. Sega, all these years, right? They killed the console, but what do they do now? What they do now, they make games, which we have not seen Sega sell anywhere out there. Especially with GBT tweets. You're talking about Nib. So, Sega never sold that. Never sold that company. It's hard. They said no. Look at Capcom. Capcom said, we're not selling. Square Enix, for example, they were literally. I mean, I was, to be honest though, I thought in any moment now that PlayStation was actually going to pick Square Enix though. They were actually going to go ahead and buy it. But I think Square said no. They said we're going to. But they said we're going to try something else, and they pulled away from exclusives, and they went out there to put their games everywhere to bring that money in. So when I see that happening, right? Like how when they gave that thing to TCL, I'm like, why would they give it to TCL though? Because TCL is a big competitor towards them when it comes down to TVs, and you're giving them that 51%. It's crazy. At least do 60-40 or 50-50. It was kind of like a weird thing. But now you read what Titoki's saying. He says, well, we're now looking into entertainment business, so it seems like you guys are cutting off the hardware, though. Because you guys are pretty much trying to ditch the hardware or something. Like, what's going on? What happens if you ditch the hardware? Where are you guys going to go? Because basically you guys have been hardware company for all these years. You guys have done speakers. You guys have done, home theaters, TVs, cameras, and all this stuff. Where are you guys going to go? At least for cameras, they've been doing pretty well, though, because cameras, they keep it up to date. And, everybody says there's nothing better than a Sony camera as of now. I mean, of course, it's going to be something that's going to come out and probably kick its butt. Because like I always say, Sony, when it comes to innovation, they are pretty late. But PS gave up on Japan, which was a huge mistake. Now Nintendo outsells PS 2021 there. Yes, that was something that they actually did wrong because they wanted to focus, around the world. And to be honest, though, you got to stick to your roots. Always stick to your roots. If your roots are happy here, that they buy your product, and then you want to go out there and throw it to other places around the world, you got to at least keep those roots happy, which they haven't. It's basically like they just said to the roots, okay, you guys are out because, you guys started to drop by instead of saying, hey, let's try to bring you guys back in. Let's do something proper. Let's get you back in and start selling our box. They just didn't care. They wanted to lay the roots elsewhere, And ironically, 90 million consoles sold isn't sustaining them. That's actually wow. The thing is that it's not sustaining them because, like I mentioned earlier, Safo, you got a company that you have 30 products. And one product brings you that cash. And once that cash comes in, they go out there, you've seen those ponies celebrate. Be cheerful. Oh, yes, we sold this many consoles and Sony is profitable. But even though it's profitable, they bring the money in, yet they have to divide into all these products that have caused losses. Because if they don't deal with those losses, they're going to go bankrupt. Or they're going to close down those areas, which they have been trying to keep fighting for all these years. Like, for example, Sony Bravo TVs, they should have shut down the division years ago. It's 9 million shipped, not sold. But here's the thing, though, V-Vanisher. You need to understand something when it comes to that. When you go ahead and you ship your product, anywhere around the world, you put it into storage. So in that storage, people will start buying off of it. And if you ship 90 million, it's actually a good number. That means that people are actually purchasing the product. That's why you use ship, you know, and tell you the truth. They say, okay, we shipped it, even though it's not sold, but it's shipped though. And they know that along the way, they will sell that box. But, the number is how many users are actually purchasing it. Not the one the store purchases is the users who purchase it. Which it was shown 1 year because we saw that PlayStation shipped this many consoles, yet it only had this many PS5 users, this many PS4 users. So I think the number was, I think it was like 75 or 76. I mean, I remember I did talk about it one day, and it was these many users who actually purchased the box, that logged into the box, but the rest were all PS4 users. Now the problem with PlayStation is now, how am I going to get these PS4 users to drop over here because they are playing this one game? Now the only way they get to do that is my chat. If they sit down, talk to Epic, if they sit down, talk to GTA, I mean to Rockstar, if they sit down and talk to all these rest of these companies and said, hey, yo, stop delivering these services over here. We're going to shut this stuff down. Now when these companies decide to do that, then we'll probably see them jump into the next consoles. But if it brings in more, if it keeps on bringing that money in, people are not going to do the jump ship because they're just playing this one game. And that's the problem that's happening out there. Probably most of them are scalpers? No, because the scalper situation has been done. That's been done and gone, because now you can go into a store, you can find the PS5, and you can pick it up, hug it, and take it with you. Same thing with the Xbox, though. You can go into the store, pick it up, and hug it, and take it with you. Same thing with Nintendo Switch. When it came out of scalpers, is you couldn't even find it in the store. All you could find is on eBay or somewhere else. That's it, nowhere else. I'm convinced that every PS fanboy has a PS4, has 4 or 5 PS5s, which is their own attach rate is so bad, 90 million consoles, but only maybe 30, 40 million are actual individual consumers. Nah, there's households that probably have 3 or 4. It depends, like if the households, you know, get their kids to play on it. But at the end of the day, though, what are they playing though? You probably got that one guy that is a PlayStation enthusiast and he buys the games and plays the games. Then you have the other person, like the kid, who of course he goes to school and his friends say, "Are you playing Fortnite?" "Yes." "What is Fortnite?" "Oh, you have not played that game. It's free. You should download it so we can play together." And then, you know, they start playing it together. The kid gets attached to it, and, you know, he ditches all the rest of the games and just focuses on Fortnite. Or plays NBA, or plays Madden, or plays FIFA, or plays, you know. Like my nephew, who wanted a PS5 so badly because he said, oh, it has games, yet he only plays FIFA on it. Seriously. I'm the one who's educating him to play games, though. But at the end of the day, popularity kicks these games' butt, which is another situation, because if they're playing this, you know, yeah. I played Stalker 2 and Silent Hill 2. Nice. How was it, Eric Von Eric? How was Silent Hill 2? Stalker 2 is amazing. Fortnite isn't hitting like that anymore. Oh, Sappho. It is hitting the way it is. Maybe for them it's not hitting, but it's got 680 million users in total. 680 million users. So let's do the math real quick. Simple. You take 131 million from PlayStation. You take, let's see now. You take 131 million for PlayStation. You take the 60 million from Xbox. You add them all up. That is what? And what is it? Nintendo Switch. If you add it all up on consoles, they're probably like 300 million or close to 400 million or 300 million, and the rest is PC. PC handhelds. Not PC handhelds. Sorry, PC tablets, stuff like that. You know. All 10 out of 10 out of opinion. Wow. I mean, Stalker 2 is amazing. Terran Armada releases in less than an hour. Nice. And it will be worse if Disney buys us. I'm going to be the only PlayStation user who actually plays games and use Twitter. Wow, really? I'm not jumping ship and still have my Halo Series X console. I just purchased a used PS5 Ghost of Yotei console. A deal I couldn't pass up. Nice. Hey, listen, if you guys could buy for a deal, go for it. I always tell you guys this. If you guys can pick up something for a very good price, like, you know, when David Cohen comes in here and talks to me about the Lenovo Legion Go, since it was a gift, I told him, enjoy it, man. It's a gift. If you don't like, you know, use it, try it out. If you don't like it, then trade it in and get yourself a Xbox or Ally. Because like I said, though, handhelds is like cell phones. You got to go in and test them all out. Because you probably go ahead and say, let me go get the One X player, but you never hold on to it. And once you get it, you open it up, you're like, oh, let me hold on to it. And you don't like it, like, oh, shit, why did I buy this? It's like picking up cell phones, you know? Ah, Switch 2 is in there, yeah. I added it up, though. So it's like 300 million, 300 plus, let me see, was it 60, 300, let's say 400 million users in consoles only. Then the rest is on PC, though. I think TikTok is hurting the video game industry in general. None of these companies has actually found an answer for it. So for right now, what's hurting the world is called time. Not TikTok only, it's everything. Take for example, yesterday I went in to get my injections, right? My hair injections, because I had to get a second run yesterday. So I went in, got my injections, and guess what happened, chat? After I went in and got my injections, I came home and my head was with anesthesia. What did I do? I laid in bed, turned on TV, and watched Netflix. I watched Bad Boys 2, Bad Boys 3. Today I'm watching Bad Boys 4 because I fell asleep. But I sat there and watched Netflix, and Netflix took away from that gaming time. So there's a lot of things, you know, that take time from us. And once you have kids, that's a big thing that takes time, because with kids though, you got to take them to the play, you got to take them to sports, you got to take them to daycare, you got to take them to school, you got to, and then work and stuff like that. When you come home, you got to help them out with the homework, you got stuff you got to do. And yeah, that's what happens though. Dave Reese says, I don't care how many deals PlayStation has, I'm not buying one. Well, I mean, if you want to play a game that you actually look forward to it, and it's only on PlayStation, and if you actually find a deal for it and say, okay, I'm picking it up for $200, I'll go for it. Heck, because then, you know, I sell it and sell it for $400, because remember, prices have increased. Maybe kids are starting to grow out of Fortnite. Maybe there is another one that they're going to, because look, they have Fortnite, they have Roblox, they have GTA, they have all this stuff, but majority of them, like I said, are just playing these games. And when you look at Mappis Catella's data, you see that what are people playing though? Hell, most of the Fortnite emotes are from TikTok. Yes, they are. 1.5 million daily still play Fortnite, and it's dropping, but still quite popular. Yep, it's still quite popular. And here's the funny part, Google Poll. Right now it dropped, but once they add something cool to it, they add something cool to it, they will come back to it. Because that's a funny thing though. Maybe right now it's not looking as popular, but let's say they add let me see though. They add something new to it that kids are fond of, they'll be like, okay, let's jump into it. They'll go back to it. TikTok, huh? You mean TikTok's stealing folks' attention away from playing video games? Of course, TikTok does that. I do it all the time. Look, chat, I gotta tell you something. The other day, I was laughing though. The other day I got a report. The cell phone gives you a report every week though. It tells you, hey, look, okay. It tells you literally all the time, like, hey, this is your report of the week. Your report of the week says that that you've been watching more TikTok, or you've been on WhatsApp way too long, or you've been on this app way too long, whichever app. And so TikTok has been winning. No joke. Because on TikTok, I can watch Judge Judy. On TikTok, I don't know if it's still there. I watch no joke, chat, I watched every Saved by the Bell on TikTok the other day. Saved by the Bell, I can watch anime, I can watch a shit ton of things though. And that takes time, my friends. Don't forget to get your free skins and sub with Game Pass. That's true though. I play Fortnite regularly, maybe a few matches a week or at least, yep. I mean, look, it drops down for a bit until they add something new to it. And once they add something new to it, it gets popular again. That's how it is. And shout out to the 50 people here on the show. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. And also hit that bell, my friends. Go for it. Hit it. Let's go. And the best thing, you can install TikTok in the Xbox Helix. You probably can. I mean, we got to wait and see, my friend. We got to wait and see. Theory says, I haven't played on PlayStation since PS2. The last PS I own. Wow, really? Well, I got a PS5 though, so, and it's still not here, chat. It's still at my cousin's house, so I don't know. I'm thinking about pitching him to sell it though. Go Paul, same here. Game Pass is the reason I play Fortnite more. Laugh out loud. Really? Wow. You're taking advantage of that. That's good. I mean, if you guys find an advantage, good for you guys, you know. So let's see what else is cooking out here. So yes, we have finally discussed what games are coming to Game Pass. Let's see what's going on. Woohoo! Out there on Twitter world! Man, I'm waiting. Chat, if you guys are seeing these sites pulling up reviews with Starfield, please drop them into Discord. Please do so. Because, man, oh, man, if I see that these guys are pouring out a Starfield and putting stuff out there like, oh, yeah, this is a good game, which I have the sites that talk bad about it, a lot of them, yeah. Let's see. What else is cooking out there on Twitter? Ooh. I'm waiting for the Starfield receipts, seriously. I'm waiting for them. Come on, bring them. I gotta see them Starfield receipts, though. Because I'm ready for that. And once that happens, man, we're going to have an episode called Starfield is actually a very good game now. Huh? Oh, man, I'm going to have fun that day. Oh, baby. It's going to be fun. Ooh, Crafton. People Can Fly. We're proud to show that we've been working on our partners at Crafton Inc. Xenopoint, a new gameplay experience for PUBG Face Off, including aliens and co-op PvE roguelike mode. Oh, nice. Ooh. This looks nice. So wait, isn't it today? Chat, is today the moon landing? Today's. Hold on, chat. Give me 1 second. 1 second, my friends. I will be right back. All right, chat, I'm back. Sorry about that. So yeah, as Digital Funding posted a video on Starfield PlayStation. Oh, they passed the moon and are headed back now. No, didn't they land though? What did they land though? Sapo, let me tell you something, Sapo. I have the Death Hatter Elite from Razer. That's my mouse. Now what I can do is let me try something out. Maybe. Okay. How about now? Can you hear it? I don't know what headphones Sapo has, but I really want those headphones though. Of course, they will glaze Starfield now. It's on their console of choice. Just look at the Metascore. Isn't higher than Starfield Metascore. Oh, let's go see. Thank you for that. Let's go to Metacritic. Let's go to Metacritic.com. Metacritic.com. Let's see if Starfield finally got its reviews in. I think it hasn't though, because yesterday I went in there and they did not have the reviews for PlayStation. So let's see though. Let's see. Starfield view on all platforms. Okay, PS5 to be announced. So yes, they still have not put the things on it. Oh, now it's perfect. Okay. Archimedes 2 is the farthest human to travel on Earth, so they beat a record. Oh, nice. It launches in 27 minutes, as Pickles. But like I said, send me those receipts, my friends. because I have a folder called Starfield Receipts, and we're gonna talk about that. 26, my bad. Oh, no, I thought it was launching there already. No, let's go down the list. Let's see what's cooking on this list. Because I know there's some PlayStation news about a store thing, but I'm just waiting for more news to pour out on that so I can tackle that down. Yes, I want to tackle that SOB down tomorrow. Oh, 1 week until replaced. Oh, God. Can't wait for that game. I think that's going to be the god of this year, chat. Don't joke. I mean, that game is... Ooh. Chat, if you guys have not played Metro the game, the Saga bundle right now is at $6 on Xbox. Get it. Metro, you have Metro 2033 Redux, Metro Exodus Gold Collection, and Metro Last Night Redux on Xbox for $6. So seriously, go ahead and purchase it. It's a really good fucking game. No joke. So let's see though. What's happening out here? Ooh, first photo captured of Earth from the far side of the moon. Nice. Nice. Man, I want to go to the moon, chat. Nah, I'm too scared to fly though. I'll probably die by the time, you know, the rocket launches. I'll probably be dead though. I seriously could not. Speaking of which, didn't Jay and Silent Bob game come out? I gotta get that game. Yeah, it did come out. Why didn't I purchase it though? Grr, I gotta buy that one. Oh, my wallet, my wallet, my wallet, my wallet, my wallets. My wallet, chat, my wallet. So let's see what else is out there. Video Games Monthly. What is this though? Video Games Monthly is given away. Okay. What else is out here? Because it's like a chat. It's like there's not much though. There's not been that much video game news out here these past few days. It's like it went quiet. It's like everybody's quiet though. It's like there's something big gonna happen. And what is it? We don't know yet, chat. So let's see though. Let's see. Starfield is currently number 16 in the best-selling section of the PlayStation Store. On sale, yes. At a pawn shop, yes, but no. But retail, no. Her mixtape is awesome as well. I don't know, Replace looks like a cinematic platformer. I'm not sure I like that. I mean, look, it's on Game Pass. All you gotta do is, if you got cloud, you try it on the cloud, check it out. You say, okay, let me try this on cloud though. Let me check this out. Let me see how it works on cloud. If you like it, then you keep on playing it. If you don't, then you just move on to the next one. Because like I always tell this to you guys, chat is the truth. When it comes down to games, not everyone is gonna like the same games. You know, I love Dave the Diver, and probably the people out there said, no, I don't like Dave the Diver, so it's okay. I don't get mad about that. Like some people on here have been telling me that, I'm not into GTA, so it's cool though. No problem. No problem with that. So there hasn't been any news, chat. There hasn't been any news out here. Nope. It's quiet. It's tweet. This cannot be true. Okay. I'm going to show you guys this because this one is actually... Introducing the player base, a chance for PlayStation fans to be scanned and appear in a video game, starting in Gran Turismo 7. Chat. Can I... This... What happens though if I, What happens if I decide to moon the PlayStation and it scans my butt? Would I get a butt character? Now PlayStation is scanning people? I mean, that's a cool idea, but damn. Things we got to see though. Faces to be scanned. Yep, we're gonna be in the PlayStation thing. They're gonna scan us, chat. Now they're gonna go ahead and scan us to put us in there. So that way, you know, we get identity theft down the road because, you know, they get hacked and they get our identities right there. Seriously, no joke. Good God, I mean, seriously, some things I don't understand though. Why don't they work on their security? PlayStation, fix their damn security. That's what you all gotta do. You gotta work on the damn security thing that you have there. Because before I put my face on there, I mean, seriously, fix that shit. I mean, I know I'm here, but damn. That is some crazy stuff though. Oh my God. Fix that security. So let's see what else is going on. I guess there isn't that much to talk about besides the whole PlayStation thing that's happening, which we will talk about it tomorrow. And if, chats, if, like I was saying though, we start getting those, you know, reviews in, these guys talking good about Starfield, oh baby, we're gonna have some fun tomorrow. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun, hell of a fun show tomorrow, my friends. It's going to be super duper fun. Super duper fun. Because at the end of the day though, they did it to Avowed. Let's see if they do it to this. But chat, any subject you guys want to talk about, you know, if you guys want to bring up a subject, let's talk about it. Because, you know, we're out of news, my friends. We already talked everything that is happening out there, but the PS thing will be there for tomorrow though. That doesn't give a fuck about their users. I don't see them spending money to fix anything. Oh damn, says Safo. Oh damn, Safo. Damn, Safo. Some people are into GTA. While GTA is Big B Money's God, Lord and Savior, he praises and prays that GTA overloads. Oh man. Well, kids looks like they'll be playing GTA 6 this time around if they did an age verification. Oh, but the thing is, how will they know though? Let's talk about backwards compatibility. Okay, what you want to bring up to that subject, Pickles? Yeah, of course. It's always sure it's interesting to talk about backwards compatibility. Like, what old games would you like to see, though? Talk about ponies ruling over Starfield 3 years after calling it a slop. Oh, Game What Bandit, I'm telling you. I have. Look, I'll even count it again. Let me go into it. But I have a receipt called Starfield Receipts, and there is in there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 websites that I'm waiting for their reviews to come out when it comes out of PlayStation, because we're going to tackle that sucker down. So seriously, I hope that today they seriously release it, because we're going to tackle those suckers down tomorrow. Because like I said, this week alone, news has been a bit slow. I don't know why news has been a bit slow, my friends. I don't get it. Why has it been slow? Because, you know, we had that showcase, like, when was it, like 2 weeks ago or something like that, like a week and a half ago, which is pretty solid, though. And right now we should be talking about what's going on, you know, what else is cooking or anything. But it's kind of like, pretty slow, my friends. Pretty slow when it comes down to video game news. It's been slow. But, you know, either way, though, we'll be here, you know, talking about things, though, having some fun. They can't stand it with the precious blue brand. Okay. Games leaving Game Pass is going to be Ashen, My Little Pony, A Cipher of Mystery, Grand Theft Auto 5, Eon Chronicle, 100 Heroes, and Terra Invicta game preview. Okay. Alright, that's leaving Game Pass. Alright. Games are leaving Game Pass, but yeah, there's like nothing else, though. It's been quiet. I need a big news to talk about. Drop it. So I wonder if they're going to bring the whole back library about going into license issues. It all depends if they can pay for the license, though. Yeah. What back compact game would you like to see come back? What back compact game would I like to see come back from the old days? So That's a good question. What would I like to see come back though? Like if I really go back to the old days though, I would like to see like the Punisher game come back. I don't know if you guys ever played the Punisher game that was on Xbox and 360 days. That was pretty cool. I mean not through PlayStation 2 and OG Xbox, sorry. The Punisher game. What game would I like to come back from back in the day? Wow. What game? I brought up this game before, and I wish they could come back, and that would be a cool game to run right now. It's, that game was huge. I mean, for me, it was huge because I loved it. Oh my God, what game is that called? I forgot the name, though. The guy goes to jail, and monsters come out and try to eat him up. Oh, the Riddick games, wow. Why are they not making those Riddick games? They were really solid, though. To be honest, the Riddick games were even better than the movies, though. I think it's because the media has pivoted Xbox articles and Sony never says anything. Nintendo's busy suing everyone. That is true, though. Nintendo sues everything, though. That's why here on this show, we talk very positive about Nintendo. Yes, we do talk positive about Nintendo. Yes, we do. Yes, we actually do, Nintendo. We love you. Y'all see what I did there? Yep. Wow, Riddick. Man, what is that game called, man? You guys have me thinking now. What backwards game would I like to see come back? Wow. You know what? They should bring back from Rare though. If that's a Rare game, I think it was. Was it? Hold on a second. Let me load it. I think that was a Rare game. Hold on. This would be a fun game to bring back though. Was it Rare though? Yes, it was. Blast Corps. They should bring back Blast Corps. That's actually a good game for them to bring back. Wow. Do you remember Dark Watch? Original Max Payne? I think they were working on Original Max Payne though. Nintendo's egregiously anti-consumer. Wow. I don't know. They're maybe not anti-consumer though. They're pretty mad expensive though. Shit. I mean, you buy the Switch and you gotta get the controller, then you gotta get another DualSense, then you gotta get this, then you gotta get that. And all of a sudden, you know, that little box that costs $450 becomes a $1,000 box. What? Crazy Taxi remake? Oh yeah, Crazy Taxi remake. Yeah. Why don't they bring like the Die Hard games too? They should bring like the Die Hard trilogy too. Can't wait to play Marvel's 1943 Rise of Hydra. Is that still going on? I think that was canceled though, is it? Marvel's Rise of Hydra. Is it still going on though? Let's see though. Oh. Says here, Marvel's 1943 Rise of Hydra is not canceled, but it has been delayed indefinitely. Skydance Games announced in November 2025 that the game will miss its planned early 2026 release window, moving it beyond early 2026 to ensure high quality, according to reports in Reddit. And that's, that's not looking good. I hope they do release it though. Original Xbox Jet Set Radio Remake. That's another one too. That's actually one that you know that I've seen Danny Pena talk about and bring it up a lot. And he wants that game to be announced again. Xbox GTA San Andreas. But didn't they make a GTA remake the other day? I think a remaster of the old GTA. And I think San Andreas in there though. So that's in there. I think. Chat. I think. What was that game called? Scary game from PS2. Guy goes to jail. Monsters come out. Let's see what that game is called. The Suffering. That's the game I want. The Suffering, my friends. That's the game I really wanted to come back. I already got Speaking of that, I had to pick up that game too. Damn, I haven't picked it up though. Are you ready for big games coming in May? Of course. When am I not ready to play Gun? Oh wow, Gun. Jesus, Gun. Wow. Rare hasn't released a game in 8 years and probably 5 or 6 years away from their next game. It's 14 years with no game. Wow, that's true though. Because they've been focused with Sea of Thieves though. But I gotta say though, that Sea of Thieves game is really pumping in some action though. You honestly want a Saints Row remaster? Man, they canceled out on Saints Row. That sucks though. It would have been nice to have a Saints Row remaster though. Probably sell. Because, you know, there's a lot of fans of Saints Row. I love Saints Row from back in the day, though. I really did. It was really good. The new one, I did not play it because it just, no. It was too broken. I said, nope. Too broken, my friends. No, 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 no. No, my friends. No, no. No, 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 no. Jay-Reezy, anyways, I haven't heard anything about that. Imagine getting paid for 14 years, nothing to show for it. Job security is rare, laugh out loud. But here's the thing, though. They really are pumping with that Sea of Thieves, though. Louis, you definitely need to get back into DVD. It's been good so far. Remember Spy Hunter, says El Nico Cocho. You know. Let me show you something, my friend. Of course, I remember it. Let me go get it. Hold on. Chair, get a table, get out the way. Let me see if it's here, if I have it here. Uh-oh, it's not here though. Where is it? Yikes. I thought I had that sucker here. Got Doom, the Rising Bloodborne, and Dark Knight. Oh, I got my Pimp Daddy hat here. Oh, I gotta see that, but I'm fixing it. Gotta open that drawer. Uh-oh. I think I have that game though. I do, I just cannot find it. Or where did I put it? I just don't know. Let me go see if it's in here, because you know I usually do a lot of stuff around the table, you know, it happens, my chat, it happens. It's the day of Blue's life. I don't know where that is at, but yes, I do have Spy Hunter somewhere. Chat, I do, I just did not know where, oh, camera, follow me? I just did not know where I put it at. Yes, but yes, I do have Spy Hunter though. Love the Suffering Great Prison game, plus looking at sealing their everything. Yes, that was a good game though. Red-handed SOT content off the third party a while back. Really, they did? Wow. Well, PlayStation and Nintendo don't. But here's the funny thing. Nintendo is bringing back backwards compatibility, though. I bet Bungie wished Marathon was successful as Sea of Thieves. Man, any game right now thinks, you know, I'll be honest with you, with the way things are, right? With the way things are, my friends, anyone wants the game to be successful. Anyone. Tony Hawk Underground 1 and 2. Oh, wow. You guys are going way back to that. Let me see, though. Marathon was successful. But yeah, any game right now wishes they can. I want a Power Stone 3. Wow. They did bring back Power Stone, though, didn't they? Yeah, they did. Hey, K-Sale, what's up? Good morning. They brought a Power Stone game. I think it's in the Capcom collection or something like that. But Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 on Switch is just remastered, though. But I don't know, it's not that. When they have a Nintendo store and you can buy like backwards compatible games, though. But if I was Rare, I'll release a Blast Corps, though. That would be a fun game to bring back for us to play, though. But man, Blast Corps nowadays? Oh my god, that game was super popular back in the day. Oof, I remember I got that for the N64. I had a blast, though. And better yet, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe from the Nintendo Switch was originally Wii U. He says, F that Capcom collection. Oh my god. Let's go back to Backwards Compact. Let's go see some stuff, though. What would I love to bring back, though? Alright, let me see. All these games. Rayman, no Rayman. Siphon Filter would be a nice comeback, but you know they're not gonna bring Siphon Filter back. Let's go see. Alright, let's go see. What OG Xbox would I love to bring back? Oh, you know what would be nice if it comes back though? Destroy All Humans. Wow, that was a fun game from back in the day. You guys remember Destroy All Humans? That was fun. Fun. And from 360 days, if I had to choose a game that I would want. Let's see though. Oh, you know what needs to come back? And this seriously, I don't know why EA is not doing it. Isn't basketball? Is it really? I've not seen it though. Is it? I thought they didn't bring it back to Switch 2. Really? You know what game really needs to come back that I saw on here? Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Well, I had an idea for a game and now it left my head though. Oh, the EA needs to bring that back, and that is Fight Night. Man, I want a Fight Night game. They need to make a Fight Night game. They need to make a new one with the new boxes and everything, and have all the old boxes in there. They need to make one. And I'll tell you this: if they make a Fight Night game and have what's Metal Mouth's name? You know, the guy who has metal now in his mouth and he thinks he's the Terminator and he sells Pokemon cards. I forgot his name though. He fought Mike Tyson. He got his butt kicked the other day. Oh yeah, Jake Paul. And if they do that and they put Jake Paul in there, everybody gonna buy that game to beat up Jake Paul. Hell, I would buy that game to beat up Jake Paul. What do you think, Chad? Louis, are you buying GTA 6? This is your type of game. Yes, I am buying GTA 6, my friend. Yes, I am buying it. Of course, they want. I'm a big Rockstar fan, no joke. I'm really hyped up for it. Not as hyped up as Big Bunny, because here's the thing though. I'm not that type of person that go nuts about this. Remember that old franchise Splinter Cell? They said they were doing a remake. I hope it actually do deliver on that remake though, because with the way Ubisoft is, I heard they were making one after the next UFC. I hope, Safo, I hope, because really we need that game. It is already in another boxing game. Oh Lord, that bad boxing game. No. Give me a Fight Night though. Fight Night is too damn good. I love Fight Night. The other day, that was one of the games I played in backwards compatibility. Thanks to backwards compatibility. It's the last Fight Night that came out. Went in and played it and finished it. Loved it 100%. Such a good boxing game. It is. But yeah, Splinter Cell's being remade. So we're going to put Splinter Cell soon. That's going to come out soon. I hope that Ubisoft delivers on that. Oh yeah, I got to check Rare Replay though. Let me go see though. Because, you know, maybe I did not try the Rare Replay from back in the day. Let me go check that out. Turning on the eye. You hear that sound? The look. Oh, I got scared. I said, am I here rambling inside the controller? I said, did someone drop my controller? I was about to get pissed. Alright, let's go to Rare Replay. Woohoo. Here it is. Okay, let's see Rare Replay. You have Concord. Let me see Rare Replay. Okay, what games are in here? Celebrate 30 years of iconic. Celebrate 30 iconic games. Let me install it though. Let me go see. That would be a quick install. Then installing Rare Replay. Okay, what's here? Achievements. You unlocked 39 achievements. Nice. Alright, let me wait for this thing to install, my friends. Yes. You've been saving MS points for GTA 6, really? I mean, we don't know the price of that sucker yet, but when we do know, hey, it ain't gonna be pretty, my friends. I mean, this is gonna get expensive. Oh. It's going to get expensive. Ooh. It doesn't seem like the GTA type, like Fallout. What do you think I'm not the GTA type? I did play all the GTAs. I mean, I played. The only ones I did not play was the OG GTA ones, the ones that are top to bottom. I just did not. Those ones did not stick with me. But Grand Theft Auto 3, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, Grand Theft Auto 4, Grand Theft Auto 5. And yeah, you've been stuck with Grand Theft Auto 5, yeah. I've been playing all of them. Louis, can you recap the 4K really quick? So, okay, I can recap, no problem, my friend. Illuminati 420, the 4K recap is that finally the Xbox Series S gets the 4K update after Christmas release. You know, it went to PlayStation and now Xbox finally got that update. So now you can play Crimson Desert in 4K, my friend. So either way, though, if Maurice, I gotta go to the Game Tester's website. If we actually did test it out, we gotta check it out, my friends, to see if it's already there for us to test out. You know, I mean, if you did test it out, my friend, and he tells you that it's not worth playing it, you know, it's actually a good thing. You know, you pick it up now if you want to. But yeah, that's what happened. Crimson Desert finally gets that 4K update, baby. Let's go. Finally got it. Woohoo! But like I said, though, I'm still waiting for it to be fully patched up. I'm still waiting for it. But if you have it, play it, have fun. Pickles exactly at the minimum. But yeah, I play GTA all the way, of course, you know. But is there a GTA game I liked? And the best one I liked was San Andreas, because I liked the idea that you had to go train, get fit. There was more stuff to do in the game. You played it once, got bored and quit? With GTA, really? You got bored and quit, Safo? Or Crimson Desert? Wolverine might be the first $80 game, then GTA 6. It could be, though, Pickles. It could be. It could be. I mean, hell. Right now, Blizzard's looking for that cash, baby, because we know, chat, we know. We know that PlayStation is the thing that's pulling Sony. Woo, that's some funny stuff. That is some funny stuff, man. But yeah, I think we're getting close to that $80 game mark, yes. San Andreas is more memorable. Yeah, I like more San Andreas when it comes down to it. Like the missions, that mission where you had to jump out of jet with a motorcycle, that was pretty cool. I was like, yeah, that was pretty awesome. But yeah, I think that's for me was the best one. But yes, I did play almost all the GTAs except for 2 and 1. 2 and 1, nope. Just did not like the over the top thing. I tried them. It's like, nah, this is not my game. Once they went open world, you know, of course she played it. I mean, hell, why not? It's GTA. Freddie Fox says the 4K update for performance mode on the Xbox Series X is fire. Nice, good to know. Ha. Ah, shit, here we go again. Actually, the first 100 game was Pokemon. $70 for the game, $30 for the... Oh, yeah. Pokemon. Man, Pokemon got expensive, though. How you doing, Cage? What's up? Good morning, brother. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We're here just talking about, you know, things that have been happening a little bit. And, of course, you know, talking a little bit about what old games we would like to come back, though. I have a lot of fun when I play San Andreas and PlayStation 2 with cheats. Heck, we cheated the heck out of those games, though. Remember the GTA 3 when you had to turn the tank around and you started shooting and it started to fly? Whoo, you were flying all over the place with the tank. That was some funny ass shit back in the day, though. Seriously. And now they're banging upstairs. Damn. Doesn't Pokemon Champions comes out tomorrow? What games comes out tomorrow? Because April's packed with games. I'm waiting for the He-Man collection. Oh. I hope that Bitmap does the He-Man collection, though. I really do. That's what I'm saying. This month, I'm going to be totally broke. This is going to be a broke month for me. So many games to buy. Whoo! Yes, sir. So many games to buy. Gaming is a luxury now? This is bad? Chad, I got a question for you guys. Do you think gaming has become a luxury or not? Seriously. Let me ask you, because I'm seeing a lot of videos of people posting out there. Is gaming a luxury, though? Because the way things have gotten too expensive, though. Because here's the thing, though. Even though the boxes are expensive, but back in pandemic days, everybody went nuts trying to get them, though. And I know that's going to be the excuse for the PS6. I know that for a fact. But pandemic days, you know, a lot of people wanted to do the upgrade. They went out there and even bought this machine for $1,000 though. Well, MS Plus is but to try to get the memory card. Oh, nice. I don't know. My Mac Studio was 1800. I'm not buying anything for a while. Wow, GTA is gonna take a ton of space. It probably will. It's probably gonna be a big game though. Which is okay, but Preston Wick says it's a hobby though. But is it an expensive hobby? That's the question you gotta ask yourself. Is it an expensive hobby though? I mean, there's plenty of sales on all the time for games. Yeah, that is true. There's plenty of sales though. But look, do you guys find like the boxes? Well, I'll tell you this though. The boxes, as of now, are too expensive because they're 5-year-old tech, right? But in pandemic days, when people were trying to get it, was it expensive during that time or not? Because that's actually a good question to ask though. Because I remember in pandemic days, you know, like I said, I bought my Xbox and it cost me almost $1,000. Joey went out there and almost cost him $1,000 too. So, yeah, that was during the pandemic days when you could not find the box and scalpers had them though. And since they went down the price though now and they finally went up to stores, you know, now they're increasing the prices, you know, yeah. What's up, Louis? Terran Modern Free Lanes updates are live. Let's go. Woohoo! Yay! Let's go. Yes, but it's still a hobby. Expensive hobby, at least as of right now. It could be, though. Because, look, we always see this, right? The box could be expensive, right? It could be expensive, but remember, this is just the box. What happens after the box is what you choose though. Like for example, if you want to buy a game that comes day one and pay 80 for it or 70, but if you rather wait for a sale, you wait for a sale and get it for real cheap though. Because you get to do what you want though. So it's kind of like a mixed thing right here. If it's a luxury, is it not? But either way though, it's a hobby. Now, is it an expensive hobby? Yes, it's an expensive hobby though. It's an expensive hobby though. Yes. So E ranks, if that came out, if you guys see receipts of these websites talking good about Starfield, send them to Lou. Because Lou's going to be hungry for that for tomorrow. We're going to get chubby on those news tomorrow morning. Yes. Gonna get pretty chubby out here. Yes, sir. Yes. Yes. But yeah, that's the thing though. Now we're going to get $80 games pretty soon. We're probably going to get a price increase on PlayStation service. Probably. We're going to get that. And once that come out, you know, hey, haha, you know how it's going to be. And I try to defend it. Be like, why didn't you stack it up like we all did? It's always been an expensive hobby, technically. Yes, it is. Because, look, you buy the box, right? You own the box, which always, the box is the most expensive thing. That's always the first thing. Then comes the content, though. How much of a content do you expect to buy? Yes, definitely going to be a lot of backtracking going on. Yes, sir. But I got the websites, though. I have the receipts. I have 13 websites with receipts on here that I will want to tackle now. Louis, I think premium price for Helix will help Xbox's image, ditch the casuals, rebuild the cool factor. You really think that, though? You think that though? I think the thing that's going to help out the box is that you can access all your stores. It's the accessibility you're going to have in that box though. Because look, one of the things is that we get tired of, and I'm referring as me, is okay, I got to get this box, I got to get this box, I got to get this box, right? For example, right now, to play with Steam, you got to use the PC, for example, or anything PC related, right? So having finally a box that can have power and it can have all your stores that you have on PC and all the games you bought on those stores, that'd be fucking amazing. Like anything is that expensive as you make it. You can always buy used systems and buy games only on sale. Yeah, like I said, it all depends on the content after that because usually the box is the most expensive thing. Because look, when you look at it, okay, you sit there, you're like, okay, Xbox Series X was $500, the PS5 was $400 to $500, and the Series S was $300. But still, you go in and you spend that money though. you're like, okay, I just spent $500 on this box, or I spent 1,000 on this handheld, because a lot of people are out there trying to force scare you with $1,200. But here comes my question though: during the pandemic times, we're going back to that again. We bought these boxes for 1,000, so why should we be scared if the box comes to 1,200 though? You can't out PlayStation. The PlayStation stopped trying. What do you mean by that though? And yeah, you also got PlayStation also too. They got pretty expensive during the pandemic, and now they're expensive again though. Pony's thinking a PS6 is gonna be cheaper than the Pisser are high. They should share. Look, we don't know how these boxes are going to come out though. We don't know if it's gonna be less expensive, still expensive. But listen, they can say it's $700. But $700 is expensive though, because when you go back into time though, and you look at the PS3, when the PS3 was $600, everybody was mad, like, hell no, we're not buying this shit. The PS3, $600. Nowadays, they're like, oh, it's only $700. Let's pick it up. Why would you bitch about it back in the PS3 days? I don't get it. That's the thing though. And so same thing came with pandemic times, because we got the pandemic time, a lot of us wanted to play games, we were at home, right? So in order for you to pick up an Xbox or PlayStation, it was hard to find in the store or hard to find in a website because the scalpers were picking it up. So you picked it up at 1,000. So that's what I mean though. Is $1,000, a good range for the price on these consoles? And are you guys going to be happy when the next console come out and it's close to that range though? That's the thing though, and I know a lot of people are like, oh man, I'm scared of it, but I don't think you should be scared though. I mean, the casuals buy a PS5. MS has to stop chasing that appeal to the hardcore. But here's the thing though, Game One Bandit. Who is hardcore? How many hardcores are left out there that game on console? Because that's the thing though that kind of bites me though. Like I've seen, I'll give you this. Let me give you an example. This generation, right? I have learned that a lot of these Xbox guys, a lot of them, game more on PC than they do on Xbox. A lot of them do. They buy these PCs with amazing graphic card and play Xbox games on it, but they play more on PC than do on Xbox. And that's one reason why Xbox probably is doing the shift, to attract those PC players to come to the box though. But again, to pivot to the hardcore though, how much hardcores are there left though? Because we can be hardcore as much as we want though, but at the end of the day though, we buy the box, but how much time we're gonna sit there to play the game? Because look, you buy the box once or twice or 3 times tops, because I don't know how much family you have at home, but you buy it once and you game on it for like 5 or 7 years though. And that is if you have the time to game, because like I said, as we get more into adulthood, you get your kids, you get stuff like that, yeah. They don't know about hardcore, but I'm starting out of casual. Because that's another thing though. People that used to be hardcore gamers now stick to one game. Or either Fortnite or either this, because shit. Besides kids playing these games, right? Besides kids playing these games, you got adults, play these games too. I mean, Google Poll mentioned earlier he plays Fortnite, and who else mentioned it in the chat? Someone else mentioned it that they play Fortnite too, so they play these games. So yeah, I mean, right now, the question is, and this is what I'm seeing when it comes down to consoles, is what besides graphics and games, what else can you give me? And for me, the most important thing is these days is we're going to have more access to our libraries that are elsewhere. There's a thing as a hardcore casual. Oh, did not know that, because there's terms out there. I just call everybody a video gamer. You got a video game pro and you got a video game player, What I mean by video game pro is the guys who go out there and compete. Then you have a video game player that are like us, right here. And, you have fun. Oh, Sour Blow trying to flirt with me, chat. He said, Louis, how you doing? Well, Sour Blow, I'm doing pretty good, my friend. I wanted to be, they could make Series X 100 and PS5 without sell it the rest of the year. That's why I must pivot though. But yeah, but again, how can we please this hardcore? Because I gotta tell you something though, and this is true though. I see a lot of people out there, and Safo has even mentioned this. Safo, if you're still in here, you mentioned this, and it's true though. Like, look, take for example, Starfield is not coming to PlayStation, right? It happened with Avowed. Avowed came to PlayStation. You know what they started saying? They started saying Avowed is good. Starfield is coming to PlayStation. Let's see what receipts we pick up, because probably there's going to be a lot of websites saying, wow, Starfield is actually really good, blah, 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 or whatever. Like I said, I have the receipts right here. And that is something that really affects them. We have a lot of people here that they do is complain just to get clicks. And they do not know how much damage they are doing by doing this stuff. Take, for example, right? The fanboy wars, the console wars. Has it been an actually plus thing, or has it been a good benefit when it comes down to games though? Because look, they have never been honest about things. For example, they trashed Starfield. Now it comes to PS5, they're like, I'm gonna go pick it up, and then put like 300 hours into it, you know? But the funny thing is, they won't come out and admit that they like the game though. They won't. They won't come out and admit it. They just won't. They just won't. They just shut up about it. Okay, says I have a Series X, no PC, no PS, no Switch. Well, I have a PC, I have a Switch, and I have a PlayStation. And an Xbox. So I have all four machines though. Exactly, Freddy Fox. That's going to be the excuse. But again, back in the day, Starfield was amazing. And still, it's just, to this day, it still is amazing. It still sticks to being an amazing game, though. Thing is, they just want to talk shit. And that's what we have out here. We have a lot of complainers. We don't have any more hardcore people out here. We just have a ton of complainers out there. They bitch, they complain, they do this, they do that. Let me give you another example. Look at Crimson Desert. Chat, who is playing Crimson Desert here? Seriously, who is playing it? And tell me what you think. And what, and as of now, part of you have guys have not finished it because it's such a big game. What would you review it? What would be your review for this game, though? Because listen, they trash bombed that thing. They did. They trashed it. Because, of course, they did not sign a deal with PlayStation, so they decided to review bomb it. But for a lot of us who play the game, we're like, wow, this game is fucking good. Apparently not me? Okay, alright. But that's the problem, though. They go out there and they bitch and bitch and bitch a lot instead of focusing what's good of the game, to analyze the game. Like, for example, all these stories, right? That were out there about saying that Starfield was empty. I was like, did you play the game? And that person that went out there on Twitter one time and said, well, I put 280 hours in it, but the game sucks. How can you put $280 hours in it? I mean, with $280, you cannot, and I mean, you cannot even upgrade fully your character too. Oh no, Taneros, look, it's okay. You don't have to be apologized to it because, you know, it said it goes back to you. Yeah, it's cool. Like, I even mentioned this on Sunday with Gigi. I said here on the show, you know, I just cannot stand Horizon. I fall asleep. Try to play it, I can't stand it. But again, that's a personal opinion of mine, and I don't judge it because of personal opinion, though. You know, and I say, people, if you want to try it, go for it. If you like it, good for you. That's not my take, though. It's okay. On the line of thinking is ruining gaming. If I was getting into gaming for the first time and I see ponies acting like this, there would have been no way I would have bought a console. Wow. And that's another thing, though, because they go out there, they trash talk you, they destroy you because they defend this brand to the end. But to what purpose? So what are you defending out here? Even me with the Xbox, like I said, my problem with Xbox is all these damn price hikes. Holy shit. And that's the same problem with PlayStation, though. Price hikes. Now people will say, but Lou, you know, if they don't price hike, they'll die. They'll disappear. You know how much money they make? Holy shit, I wish I was making that money. Huh. Oh, man. And then comes, you know, the console will disappear. Oh, this will die. Oh, this will... But that's the thing, though. They go out there and defend PlayStation like crazy. And same thing with the price hikes. So price hikes, they came by PlayStation. You know what they said? Like some Xbox people did, because trust me, there were some Xbox people saying this too. They said, should have gone there before the price hike. I'm like, that's not the attitude, bro. You don't understand. If you're a big fan, you want the things to work out fine. But if they keep price hiking, where are we going to go with these 5-year-old tech shit? That's something that really gets me aggravated, right? And so look at Game Pass. So now Game Pass is $30 a month, which is expensive, right? And a lot of people unsubscribe to it because they were like, shit, we're not going to do this. Pay for Ubisoft Classics and Fortnite, because basically that's what you're paying for those $10, because that's what they pretty much showed you. Plus, of course, the cloud. But yeah, I don't use the cloud, for example. And Fortnite, I'm not taking that much advantage of it. But yeah, Let me see. I can't afford Crystal Desert price or time-wise. I haven't started Resident Evil 9 yet. There you go. That's the thing, though. Time is always everything. Everyone buying a Switch, too. I know everybody's buying a Switch. A lot of people buying a Switch, too. It's a handheld, though. It's a handheld you can put on your TV, and a lot of us travel. Like I said, you got kids, and it's a great way, to play games while you're out there. Like, if your kid is doing soccer practice or anything, though. But, yeah, like I said, though, people will unsubscribe and do all that stuff, though. Or do I buy games once a month and get games when it comes to sale? That's what people do, though. And they have backlogs. Because, look, I remember one conversation I had with someone, and they told me that they were going to subscribe to Game Pass because of the backlog. I said, hey, if you're going to play these backlog games, go for it. Now, if you're going to play multiplayer, stay sub, though. Because it all depends on what you want to do, though. And timing is everything, my friends. I mean, if you got time, right, to play these games and play a ton of these games, it stays up to Game Pass. But, the analysis was, Lou, I'm literally playing 3 or 4 games a year. I don't got time, to play all these games. It's not worth it. I say, okay, cool, then don't be sub to Game Pass. Now, if you got to play 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 games, plus, then you can still be sub to Game Pass, no problem. But that's like my only problem with that. That's like my only problem when it comes down to Xbox. But then the rest, though, and PlayStation, the same thing too. Consoles are too expensive, man. And yet they go out there and defend it. Instead of saying, man, you guys did this. Why? Didn't you guys buy the RAM crisis thing? And they always look for that excuse. My opinion on backlogs, if I was going to play them, I would have already. That's the thing, though, Vanisher. Yes, your opinion on things. I mean, look, when pandemic hits, that was the time where I had time to play games. My backlog was back to 16 to, I think it was back to 30 games, and I dropped it down like to 12 or 10, or I don't remember what I dropped down. I think it was 5 or 6. I don't remember. Chat, seriously, I don't remember. But I literally dropped down the backlog hugely because I had the time to play games. I put a lot of hours into all my boxes. Nowadays, it's like, how much time can I put into a game? Like, for example, playing Witcher 3 now, because I went back to it to play it the right way, because I couldn't finish it the right way back in the day, and that was something that was kind of itching me. So I went back and playing it. But look, now, after Witcher 3, I have replaced. After replaced, I have He-Man collection. The He-Man, the He-Man Masters of the Universe game. I know it's going to be a short game, but either way, they'll want to play it. But still, there's so many games to play. And so later on, if you have kids, you got to find a way to have the extra time to play it, because you come home, you're going to be tired from taking the kid to school, from going to work, from doing other stuff. Oh, my God, seriously. I have a lovely day here in the Welsh Valleys. I think the sign of... It will be good. Don't worry about that. Everything will be good. I'm buying NBA 2K26 and UFC on the PS5 for $30. I used to buy a lot of games on Steam by purchasing them from CD keys, and now I grew Steam Master. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, though. You grow backlogs, and one day you see like, oh, let me go back to the thing, because the thing is, with all these games, though, have you bought Sparkling Zero on the Series X, Louis? No, because Dragon Ball games have been the same game for the last 20, 25 years. Same fucking story, same thing. You go in, you face Raditz, and you face Vegeta, and then you face Vegeta, you face is it Raditz? Did I say Raditz? Oh, what's Goku's brother's name? I forgot. You face Goku's brother, then you face the ball dude, then you face Vegeta, then you go into Namek, you face all the Freezer guys, then you face Freezer, and after you face Freezer, you face Cooler. After you face Cooler, you face Broly. After you face Broly, then you face Majin Cell, then Majin Buu, then you go into the GT, you face all the guys in GT, and then you go into Dragon Ball Super and you face... It's always the same thing though. It's in the same game for the last all these years. Same thing though. So if you buy Dragon Ball, you're playing the same story again. The difference is how the character moves and does stuff. Okay, Kalu's Brothers Raditz. Yeah, there you go. What was the bald guy's name though? I forgot his name though. Louis also, that Metro Trilogy 6 for picked up a month ago. Amazing deal. Yes. Metro's a good game. What was the bald guy's name? Oh god, I forgot. I used to be a PlayStation gamer and an Xbox gamer, but the reason I moved away from consoles and went to PC was because you always have to pay the subscription to play online. It gets expensive. There you go. That's another one too. That's another one. Like I said, I see a lot of guys do this though. I see a lot of guys, like a lot of the Xbox guys that are out here that do the Xbox channels, they play more on PC than that. Napa, thank you. Napa, yes. Napa. Thank you. Thank you. Napa is bald, yes. I was Napa, yes. Yes, Napa, it is Napa. Napa. Man, that's the whole Dragon Ball story all the time though. So, you know what I do is with Dragon Ball, I wait a couple years go by, then I say, you know, let me go in and play and buy a Dragon Ball game and play through the story, and you know, yeah, same old story. Same old. And it's the same way. Yep. But yeah, that's the thing though, like, you gotta pay for a subscription service. That's something that also that Helix needs to take down, is the whole multiplayer paywall thing. They need to. So let me go into Rare, finally install. I don't know why it took that long to install. I mean, how big is this thing? Let me go to Rare Replay. Let me see what is in Rare Replay. What is it? Microsoft Studios, they have Xbox Studios though. Okay, Rare Replay, going in right now, begin. Okay. Syncing data for Rare Replay. I didn't install this one, so. What are the game gallery? Okay, here it is. Game gallery. So you have Jetpack. Let me see. Attack. Saberwolf. Is this called Saberwolf? Okay. On the Wild, Night Lord. Gun fights. Okay. Salome. Prime. Wow, Battletoads. Oh my god, I hate that game. Battletoads Road. Oh, Blast Corps is in here. I did not know that. I'm gonna play Blast Corps. No, I'm not gonna install the damn game. I'm not going to. No. Yeah, I'm gonna play me some Blast Corps. Wow, it's been years I played that game. I'm gonna try it out. Woohoo! Good thing I installed it then. Wow, I totally forgot about Rare Replay. That's good. Okay, time to shut down this. Perfect. All right. But chat, listen up. The crazy ones gotta go. Chat, I gotta run some errands. I gotta go to the bank, and after that, I gotta go do something else to the doctor, and after the doctor, I gotta go to work. So chat, like always, before I go, tell me what you've all been playing, my friends. What you've all been playing. What you all been playing, what you all been doing. Tell me. Yes, Blast Corps on 64. Yep, it's on Rare Replay. I just saw Rare Replay. I was like, oh, there's Blast Corps. Man, I'm going to get home and play that game. I used to love that game. Nepa. Playing WWE 2K26. Nice. FF3, nice. 15 hours in so far. Nice. I'm still, like I said, I'm still Witcher 3. I need to end that game till, you know, dark. Dark. What do you mean by dark, though? Is there a game called Dark out here? Dark. Let me see if the reviews of PlayStation are in before I head out, though. Ooh, baby. Dark Souls, Titan Grail, Pirate Yakuza. Nice. Resident Evil Requiem, Uncharted 4. Wow. Uncharted 4! Went full PlayStation there. Woohoo! So let's see, though. This is Starfield, okay. So let's see if the reviews are on Starfield for PlayStation. Oh, I can't wait to see this so bad. Woohoo! Let's see, they started popping in. Alright, platforms. Uh-oh. So all PlayStation sites, right? Majority of them, PushCore give it a 70, those shockers give it a 60, PlayStation Universe give it a 50. Wow. So I think I have one from Gaming Bolt though. Let me go check. Gaming Bolt says Starfield lands on PS5 close to 3 years from its original release and delivers the most polished packed version to date. Though it's unlikely coming past skeptics, for sci-fi RPG, it's worth a look nonetheless. Let me go see something. Starfield receipts. Let me go open this one. Let me see. I think I have one from game. Okay, this is comic book. Okay. Like I said, chat, we're gonna have a fun show tomorrow. Metro. Okay. Let's go to next. Okay. Let's go see finding this. I don't know what this site is, but okay. Let's keep going. Metro.com UK. All right. I think I found one for Gaming Belt though. So I found one here. Yep, Gaming Ball went in there and did an article about it. So yes, so you have one from Gaming Ball. Incredible. Nice. Oh, Dude Shockers. Alright, what did Dude Shockers say though? We have a review from Dude Shockers. What did Dude Shockers give it? Hold on, Chad. Hold on. We have one right here. Did Dude Shockers give it a review? Let me see though. Oh, they gave it a 60 though. Never mind. So those Shockers stuck to his guns. Okay. Alright, no problem. You guys stuck to your guns. Okay, they give it a 60. So that was another website. Okay, let's see right here. We have one from Screen Rants. That also said something bad about it. We have over here another one from Screen Rants. We had two from Screen Rant. Oh man, I gotta see the Screen Rant one. Oh, like I said, I hope they gave me receipts though, because man, oh man. Oh, here we go. So Game Rant gave it a 90, and yet they wrote an article saying Starfield's quiet death makes me even more worried for the Elder Scrolls 6. Oh, like I said, I got receipts. I got receipts. I got receipts. Oh man, this is gonna be a fun one tomorrow. Oh baby. Can't wait till tomorrow morning. Yes sir, yes sir. Cannot wait. Oh man. Woo! I gotta buy Requiem. So many games, so limited time. Yep. I heard games may be going up to 80 next year, maybe. I think it's gonna be this year, my friend. Damn, I'm sorry I might miss the stream since I got an appointment to go to the morning. No worries, my friend. You can just watch the replay. That's what you can do. Yes. But chat, thank you all for hanging out with the crazy one today. Thank you all for super chats. Thank you all for memberships. You guys rock. You guys are awesome. I love you guys to that seriously, chat. You guys are the best out here. But chat, like always, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and also hit that bell so I can tell you when XBI content comes on. And guys, Let me zoom in for this one because it's been a while since I zoomed in. Have a beautiful, and I do mean a beautiful and awesome Tuesday. And as always, I will see you guys on the Xbox International Podcast when we do come back on Wednesday, right here on this radio YouTube channel with Sarbo, the Big Plume, and Silent Cypher at 7 p.m. ET. And in the environment they don't take Spanish Español on Friday, 7 p.m. ET with Elvis Elecita Metal Berserker. And last but not least, good morning with Crazy Lou Gaming when I send the signal out over there on Twitter X, Blue Sky, Discord, and YouTube. And that's why you gotta hit that bell so you can know when the crazy one comes out to talk about what's happening in the gaming news world. Chat, tomorrow is Starfield Receipts. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you guys tomorrow morning on Good Morning with Crazy Lou Gaming. Bye, y'all. Have an awesome one.